Hi lovelies, how you doing? So today we are going to be making tagliatelle and spaghettini chicken crayfish pasta. Yeah, you heard that right. So in our air fryer we added our habanero, our chili pepper, garlic, ginger and onion. We want to roast that. Yeah, we want to roast it so that we can get a very thick paste from that. You don't want it to get too burnt. Yes, you don't want it to get too burnt. We just want it to be smoky. That's why we are doing that. So you blend it smoothly. Yeah, you blend it smoothly. You want the paste to look exactly like this. In my 5 minutes boiled fish, yes, I boiled this fish with seasoning for just 5 minutes. I threw in my chili pepper or atakuku. I don't know what you call it, but exactly this kind of pepper. You mix it with your fish, then you put it into the air fryer. Yes, you arrange it and put it into the air fryer. So there's this oil I make myself. That's what I add into it. I'm not really a fan of not putting oil on your protein if it is going into the air fryer. Just little. But this oil has rosemary, ginger, garlic soaked in it for days. I'm going to be dropping a recipe of how I made that in another video. Yes, watch out for that. So I flipped over my fish that was in the air fryer. I flipped it over, then threw it back into my air fryer. Then my turkey stock, I will use my turkey stock to boil my tagliatelle and my spaghettini pasta. So into my stock I poured my tagliatelle pasta, my spaghettini. Yeah, I know I broke the law of Italy by breaking the spaghetti, but and everybody wants to eat my recipe. Yeah, I'm a star. So I blended my crayfish to be very smooth. I don't like eating crayfish in food. I prefer it being blended. In my very fine pink pot that I've used iron sponge to scratch the yash, I went in with my oil. I chopped my suya. Yeah, I made this chicken suya myself. Clock it. Yeah, I made this chicken suya myself, and I can tell you it was a banger. So this was the leftover we had from my chicken suya. Then I decided to chop it. Yeah, I'm a butcher. This thing I was just praying to God that I don't want to cut my hand. You don't want to chop it to be very small, and you don't want to also make it too chunky. You just want it to look very presentable in the food. It should not be too much, but it should not be here and there very scanty. So this is how you should chop it. I added my special oil to it, and I threw it into the microwave for 11 minutes. Yes, I threw it into the microwave for 11 minutes. Then I went over to check up on my fish, and I saw that it was ready. I poured it out, and I went in with my turkey fingers. If you know me very well, you know I love turkey a lot here. So I added my special oil to it and placed it into the air fryer. In the microwave, I brought out my suya. I brought out my chicken suya and saw that look at how it was looking very fine, very demure. So I brought out my peppered turkey and I flipped it over, placed it back in the air fryer. So in our very hot oil, you want to fry onion till it is golden brown and your tomato paste. Yes, you want to fry onion and your tomato paste. You want to give that a very good stir till it is slightly burnt. Yes, just a little bit. Just sacrifice a little bit of oil and onion to burn. Yeah, you stir. You stir it very well till it is very dry. Yes, then you go in with your thick pepper mix. You see how thick it is. It's thicker than your relationship. It can bond this pepper. It can bond your relationship together. What do you mean? Very thick. And I chopped some pepper also. Yes, I chopped some pepper. Then that was it. I added it to it. My crayfish went into it immediately, and I stirred. I gave that a very good mix. You want to mix that very well so that everything can marry each other. I'm a fan of season anything the way you want. It's you that is eating it. It's you that know what you want and what you don't want. I went in with curry, thyme, and my sauce. Yeah, I did some off camera while I did some on camera. You want to go in with hot water in your pepper mix. Yes, you want to go in with hot water. So this was my turkey fingers. Look how they look. this is making me hungry. Then I also want to roast some sausage, which went into the air fryer. Then in another hot pan, you add butter to it and let it melt. We want to make scrambled egg. We want to make veggies mix. So for now, we'll be scrambling this egg. You turn the egg, you turn. This is how I make mine. Everybody have a method to how they do theirs, but this is how I make mine. Thank you. After giving that a proper stir, I went in with my chicken suya and mix that with it. Yes, you mix that. And please make sure you don't add too much water. Yes, make sure you don't add too much water. Just little, or in fact, no water if possible. Yes. Then I went in with my mixed veggies. This thing is a lifesaver, honestly. It's a lifesaver. I'm always using it. Why stress yourself chopping when you can just buy mixed veggies? I added seasoning to it and give that a very good mix. You see how this looks fine? You can pair this with rice. You can stop your cooking here and just eat it with white rice. Yes, I do it a lot. Like, I do it very, very well. I went in with curry, mix it very well. This looks so good and it tastes so yummy. I would like you to just try this alone with rice. You won't regret it. And here comes the main game. I made a mistake with my pasta. I left it in hot water. Yeah, when I sieved it, I left it in the hot water, which was a very, very big mistake I made. And it was, I just mixed it off camera, added the veggies, and it came out like this. And it was not bad though. Yeah, it was not bad. It tasted very, very nice. I proceeded to going in with my chopped cabbage. Yes, I added cabbage and onion. I covered that to steam. I want to make it steam at least, because I want you, when you eat it, you feel that crunchiness. Yeah, you feel the crunchiness while eating it. Mix that together, and that was how our pasta came out. Honestly, it was a game changer. This is my sausage when it was ready, and this was how the food looked like. This was my plate. Thank you for watching. See you on the next one. Bye. I love you. Mwah.